Welcome back, everyone. You're tuning in to Comfort is Cool. This is a call-in radio show about your heating and cooling system, sponsored by a local air conditioning company called And Cooling Services. I'm your host, Angel. We got Mike in the booth with me this morning.
That's right. How we doing
Good
this morning?
morning. We're doing great. We're doing great. You guys want to log into our Google Hangout account and visit us or hang out with us while we're on the radio show, you're more than welcome to do so. You can get through there through our
Let's go to Google Plus.
And Cooling's Google Plus page.
look up And Cooling
That's it.
Google Plus. You will find us, and you can log in. And if you have a Google Plus account, you can log in and follow us through the radio show and actually see us talk and hang out with you guys.
That's right. And I may break into some dance moves in a few
Sir,
minutes.
you're gonna have to prepare me for that. Okay, I can't do that.
Can I moonwalk across the top of it?
No, sir. No, sir. We still have to give them their information. We only have 30 minutes to do it. But we come here once a week on Tuesday mornings at 11 o'clock to go over some information, any new products that are out there, answer any questions that people may have, and just basically share our experiences with what people are accustomed to nowadays with the service industry and our profession actually.
Yeah.
People are skeptical of having an air conditioning contractor come to their house, and the whole mentality, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And a lot of
become more popular.
exactly, and a lot of times it's that whole "if it ain't broke, don't fix it" thing comes from the fact that they've had bad experiences with these
Correct.
companies. And
Correct.
there are so many companies out there that don't really give a flying what about the customers, and it's unfortunate.
It's sad. It's not fair, and we want to expose those people. We want to share with our consumers out there and educate them to know what to expect when you have a service provider come to your house, whether it's on a maintenance, a repair, an estimate, or an installation. Pay attention. Pay attention. Be involved. Understand that this is an investment that you're making to be comfortable, to have a large accessory in your house that will make or break your day. If your air conditioner is not
It
working,
will definitely
you
make
will
or break
not-
your day.
you
And it
will
will
not have a good
definitely
day.
make or break your relationship. It will.
you sound like you're talking from experience.
There's a lot of things that happen when the air conditioner goes out. All of a sudden, the little things that weren't big deals now they're huge deals.
It's become a big difference.
Absolutely.
But this is why we come to the show once a week, and we like to educate our people and help them understand how important it is not only to be involved, but not to hold everyone accountable for the experiences that you have had, and especially not your air conditioning system. Because if you ignore your air conditioning system, the air conditioning system will ignore you when you don't have the money to fix any problems that may come up from ignoring it. You should have it maintained twice a year, at least once a year, recommended by the manufacturer because of the humidity problems that we have here in the state of Florida. So at least once a year, have it maintained. And what I mean by maintaining, make sure that the cleaning is being done. There are coils in this air conditioning system that act like lungs to the air conditioning system. And if those things are dirty, the air conditioner will not run efficient. And an inefficient air conditioning system equals to extra dollars spent by you as the homeowner. So it's a chain of events that you can prevent for yourself if you're on top of it and you make sure that you have a good contractor come out and clean the air conditioning system, take the readings from the air conditioning system and compare them to what the manufacturer says it should be running at. And if there's a difference, it's very obvious the steps that you need to take in order to get it back to factory fresh condition. And if that person can't provide you that information, then you should probably call And Cooling Services at 941-926-6969. That's 941-926-6969. Take advantage of our $47 maintenance that we're offering right now. On top of the $47 maintenance, today's special, we're going to be talking about duct cleaning. Today's topic for today, the topic for today is duct cleaning. So I'm also going to be giving out a free evaluation of your duct system to evaluate and make sure that you need a duct cleaning. And on top of that, you also get a $100 coupon off your next duct cleaning services. So you'll get a free evaluation on your ducts, and you get a $100 coupon. If you do need your ducts cleaned, you will have that coupon to save some money on it, or on your next visit if you take advantage of our special today.
And free dance lessons also.
Yes. Whoa, wait a minute. We didn't discuss that. So no dance lessons.
I'm determined to bust into a moonwalk in somebody's house this week.
We'll do that another day,
Okay,
sir.
all right.
But we'll come out and evaluate your duct system because every duct system may not need to be cleaned. And this is why we're going to talk about this today because there's a misconception out there on when or where, whether you need your duct systems cleaned or not, and how to do it is most important because there are a lot of practices out there.
There's a lot of ways to there are more ways to screw that up than there is to do it right.
Correct.
To be honest with you,
I'm gonna talk logically right now because I want everybody to understand the source of the reason why you should have your ducts cleaned, and it all boils down to the source, which is the air conditioning system. Your air handler is the breeding grounds for environmental problems. There's dark, there's a change of temperature all the time, there's moisture in there, and if you don't have a good filter, there's a food source because there's dust, there's debris, there's dirt, there's all kinds of things that mold can grow out of.
Yeah, and 92% of dust is dead skin, bacteria, pet dander, all the stuff that that nobody wants to even deal with or be anywhere around. That's where dust comes from.
Correct. And if you have animals in the house, I guarantee you have all of these
Absolutely.
all of these ingredients in your house that if you're not using a good filter, it could get through your filter into your evaporator coil, which is the breeding grounds, which is where all this stuff will grow, which is not visible to you as a homeowner if you don't know or have the tools to be able to open the air conditioning system and expose that part of the air conditioning system. You will never know.
Yep.
You will never know, and you rely on your technician to tell you.
Exactly, and even using a great filter, you're going to get, these things are, they're submicron particles and things like that actually go through the filters at some point because the filters, it can't be like a wall.
There is no 100% filter out there.
100% no, because there would no airflow would ever get through the filter. So it has to have gaps for things to get through, for the airflow to get through. So you're going to get some of these smaller particles that go into the bottom of this coil. And like Angel said, it's absolutely a breeding ground for bacteria. And it's the coldest, darkest, safest place in your entire house. I guarantee you it is inside of the air conditioner. And
that's why it's a petri dish. I mean, it has all the ingredients for you to have a huge problem, not only in your air conditioning system, but in your respiratory environment too. 100% of the air that is cycled through that evaporator coil, you are breathing while you're in that house. Sometimes 3 to 5 times an hour. If you have an efficient air conditioner. If you have an inefficient air conditioner, it can triple that. So it's important, guys. This is a lot of information that you should be requiring and requesting from your service provider. It's not secret anymore out there. I understand that I'm not a mold specialist and I'm not licensed to detect mold, but I know I'm a human being. I'm an intelligent human being. I know what mold is and I know where it comes from. And
I'm not either. I'm not certified either, but I can stick my face in the bottom of somebody's air conditioner, and if it is nasty and disgusting looking, that's not somewhere I want to be.
No, even if it's not mold, it shouldn't be there.
No, I've seen slime in some of them, and I mean, it's just, and the reality is that every bit of air that you breathe in that house is going through that air conditioning system.
Correct.
If there's anything in there, if there's growth, if there's mold, if there's mildew, if there's disgusting slime in it, and your air conditioning company is not taking the time to pull the covers off, and pull the internal cover off and look on the inside of this coil. When you pull the cover off the air handler, what you're going to see is you're going to see the outside of the coil. Where the air comes through the coil, you're seeing the backside of it. You need to have somebody that's going to take a look at the inside of it, somehow get in there. A lot of them are stuck, on stands, and they have returns that come through the ceiling, and you can't, it's hard to get in there. There's some way that they can pull the panel off inside of there and look and see what's inside there. Because until you see that, I mean, I've seen disgusting coils on the intake side of the coil, and on the outtake side of it, it looks fine. It's 100% fine.
In some cases, you can take the panels off and slide the coil out without compromising the solder joints because there's enough room in there. And if you could do that, you can see the bottom of the coil, and all you have to do is clean it. It's going to get dirty. Okay, how much dirt accumulates on there determines on how good our technicians are doing their jobs. And if you're not holding them accountable for doing their jobs, then you don't know whether they did it or not.
Yeah, if you're having breakfast while the air conditioning guy's at your house, you're making a mistake.
Huge,
big time.
Huge. And I'm not saying to sit there and babysit the guy, but at least be involved.
Babysit him. That's the reality. You should walk around with that technician.
This guy's mean. How do you really feel, Mike? Tell everybody how you really feel,
man. I deal with customers all the time that tell me, I can't believe you guys are doing all this stuff. You know, I've never had an air conditioning company come out here and go through and take things apart.
Or I just want to make sure everything was
do.
going to be put back together correctly. I've never seen it be taken apart like that. What?
Is it? I had a customer the
What?
other day. Is my air conditioner going to be okay when this guy puts it back together? And I'm like, yes, man. That's what his job is for.
Yeah, it's very simple.
Yeah,
Air conditioning is not rocket science. We make it difficult. We make it we put it on this pedestal because of how much we need it and how much of a demanding product this is here in the state of Florida. We're about to go into our fall season. Our fall season is just a little bit hotter, a little bit less hotter. It's not cold. We're gonna get maybe a month of cold weather that we'll be crying about. But other than that, it's gonna be hot still. I'm gonna be sweating while I'm taking my kids trick or treating.
Yep.
Up north, I used to have put on my fall jacket on. Down here we're gonna be sweating in shorts.
Sweating, putting up the Christmas tree and everything else.
Yeah. So we need the air conditioning system, especially now with all the seasonal customers coming back down. Your air conditioner has been down or not operating for the past 6 months. It's probably got some standing water in there because of the humidity. If you have a humidistat in there, you probably control that a little bit better. But still, it needs to be checked out that there hasn't been any traffic through that air conditioning system, or at least very minimal traffic. We got to make sure when we turn it on that it's going to do exactly what you expect it to.
Exactly. Yep. And that's where, and we say this all the time, but the maintenance is really what separates the air conditioning company from the most of them out there. The maintenance and the installations. You know, if someone's not doing your maintenance properly, they're not going to do your installation properly.
Correct.
If the technician is not spending at least an hour to an hour and a half in your home, 60 to 90 minutes, and giving you a no breakdown guarantee like we do, the reason that we can give you the no breakdown guarantee is because of the fact that we spend the time to go through the system. We spend the time to check all the components, and we know what that system is doing every time we leave that home.
Well, we spend the time in training our technicians to do that.
Absolutely.
We want to make sure we hold them accountable for that, and we want to make sure that you're getting exactly what you expected.
Yeah.
And in most cases, we're exceeding those expectations and that's why we get the phone calls. Wow, why did you do that? Is he going to put it back together?
Yeah, exactly. And it's crazy to me because that's exactly what's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
But most people aren't aware of that because if you've never seen anybody do something, you don't know what they're supposed to be doing.
Correct.
And when you've had 5 air conditioning companies come out to your house and they're there for 20 minutes apiece, and they don't spend the time to go through the system and clean it and address everything and bring you out and show you what's going on with it, then you don't expect that when an air conditioning company comes out to your house. You get used to it being a certain way, and then when a company comes out that's going to spend the time to clean the unit for you, to sanitize everything so that we can try to cut down. Well, try to cut down on some of this growth, because of the fact that, let's face it, we're in Florida. There's a lot of mold, there's a lot of humidity, there's all these things that are worst case scenario for growing bacteria. And like I said, your air conditioner is the coldest, darkest, dampest place in your entire house. And you add those two together, and it's bound to go south.
It's a formula for bad situations completely.
Perfect storm for bacteria,
God,
that's what it is.
That's dramatic.
Yep.
That is so true.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I need to go watch it.
But this will prevent you having to do your duct cleanings more often than you should. Okay, there is no the actual facts out there that tell you that your duct systems being dirty could be detrimental to the air conditioner. Does it make it less efficient? Yes. Is it detrimental to your air conditioning system? No. You're going to build enough dust around the walls of the air conditioner to restrict some airflow. Not a lot, but some at least. That is not very efficient for the air conditioning system. And can create some hot and cold spots in the house.
I'm glad you actually said that because I've had a lot of people say, like when we're replacing air conditioners, they say, well, what about the efficiency? Shouldn't I have my ducts clean for efficiency? I'm like, no, you should have your ducts clean, if it needs to be done, for simply,
Mike, this is why we're talking about it, because
growth.
of the garbage that I hear out there of people educating or people giving customers the wrong information. You're not going to die if your air conditioning or your duct system has dirt or mold in it. clean it. That's all you have to do is clean it. Okay, the air conditioner won't die if you have dirt in your duct systems.
Well, and
All you have to do is clean them.
exactly, and half the people are cleaning the ductwork, and they're not having a company come out. They're paying
And
companies
doing the
to come in and
maintenance.
do the If you're paying companies to come in and clean your ductwork, but the heart of the problem and where the growth is coming from is the air conditioner.
Yes.
And if that air conditioner is not being cleaned, and you're not treating, if you have an issue, you need something, something there, and you need to have a company that's going to come out and recommend what's going to be good to fix it. If you need, ultraviolet lights, if you need something like that, if it's a scenario to where the air conditioner is 10 years old and you've got a teeny bit of growth in there, you may not need an ultraviolet light. Is it good to have one of those all the time? Yes, because that's going to cut down, it's going to sterilize the ear and everything else. But you may not necessarily need to spend that money right then. But if you have, a 2-year-old air conditioner and the thing it has trees growing inside of it, you need something to help you out.
Yes.
That's
there's no reason to have a duct cleaning if you're not going to get your air conditioning inspected. So and I'm not going to bash out there the companies that only do duct cleaning. Those are good. That's a good service that's being provided. But understand the process or the procedure in order to get your ducts cleaned. We have to start at the source, which is the air conditioning system.
Exactly.
Clean that first. Once we get that clean, then you can clean your duct system. There's no sense of cleaning your duct system if you're not going to clean the air conditioning system. Why wash your feet if you're not going to wash everything else? You're just going to have your feet not stinking, but your armpits are going to stink. You know what I mean?
Or why wash your feet if you're going to keep walking through the mud puddle every day? Just walk around the mud puddle.
Yes.
Fill it in with dirt or rocks or something.
It works hand in hand. The contractors or the manufacturing companies recommend that you get your ducts cleaned every 6 to 7 years. That's recommended, okay? But the best thing about duct cleaning is that everything is visual. You can see inside your duct. When you take your register down, you can see inside your duct. There are tools at the big box store that you can buy. They're like sea snakes or cameras, small cameras that you can buy that will allow you to go through push it through your duct system and actually look at the walls of your duct system, so you can see exactly what's going on in there. It should be visual to you if you need a new duct cleaning. If you need a duct cleaning, you see that there's a problem. You can cut into your ductwork if you're brave. You can cut into your ductwork and actually look at the integrity of the inside of that, and then just make sure you put it back in state properly.
Small note: if you are going to cut into your ductwork, make sure it's not the round, flexible ductwork, because you can't.
Oh, you can't fix that hole. No, it has to be duct board.
And you have to cut it like a pumpkin, so that when you put the piece back in there, it doesn't go boop and get sucked right back
into your duct system. So if you don't feel confident in doing that, then don't do it. Just have somebody come out. $47 is worth the investment. $47 to know where you stand is worth the investment, and I guarantee you, if you have air cooling services, come out and do this $47 maintenance. You will receive that in folds on your next couple of electric bills. Your air conditioner will be more efficient once we're done cleaning it for you. So give us a call, 941-926-6969. That's 941-926-6969. You can go on our website and check us out and schedule an appointment through there. It's www.andcooling.com. Or go on our Facebook page and reach out to us through there. We're online. We're just about everywhere. Any print pages that you might find, Yellow Book, whatever, we're out there. So give us a call, schedule your meetings. If you haven't done it yet, you're going to start to be a little bit behind of it, because October, November, December, we're going to start to use our heats at least once a month. We're going to have one cold
on our second maintenance at this point.
We're at the point where in the mornings is down to the 70s now. Pretty soon it'll be down in the 60s, and you're going to be turning on that heat. Make sure that you're comfortable waking up in the morning. Make sure that it's prepared for you and it's ready to go.
And that's huge as well, because a lot of times when people cut on their heat for the first time, they get that burning, nasty smell, and it's because of if there's growth building up inside of your air conditioner the whole year, blowing all that growth on those heat strips. The first time you turn it on, it's going to stink like crazy. And you're going to have,
it's going to smell like there's a fire in some cases.
Exactly.
In your house. It really is. You're going to think that there's a problem, but if you're proactive about it, then you don't have to react to a situation and get scared and spend money that you don't have to. This is when you get taken advantage of, is when you react to a situation and you open yourself for people that are, there are just as many bad people as there are good people. So when you call a service provider, and you tell them that you think there might be a problem, they're going to come out there and find the problem. I promise you.
Yeah.
So be proactive. Call, schedule a maintenance, and then be involved. Understand what they're doing.
100%.
Pay attention to what they're doing. Ask the questions. Why are you doing that? And what is going on? What is the result of that? Why do you think that's going on? Just be try to have as much information as possible to make logical decisions about you and your air conditioning system, because I guarantee you, if your air conditioner is running, you can prioritize whatever problems may be showing on the air conditioning system right now.
And a lot of people have, their own air conditioning companies that they use for taking care of the air conditioning, and they don't, a lot of these companies don't go up and look at the ductwork, periodically.
They're not trained to do it. They're not trained to.
They're supposed to do it every 6 months. So if they're not doing it, for people what about people that have an air conditioning company that they're happy with? What can we do for them as far as the duct inspection?
I still will schedule the free duct inspection to make sure that to expose the experience that they've been having, and hopefully it's going to be good. And I'll be more than happy to come out there and give them a free second opinion on what's going on, because it's important to have the peace of mind when it comes to your air conditioning system. This is the most expensive appliance that you will have to replace or repair in your house, and it's not a happy sight when the thing fails, and it usually doesn't fail when it's convenient for you. It's going to wait till it's least convenient, when you've forgotten about it, and you expect to come home, and it's probably the hardest day that you've had at work. It's so hot, you're sweating, and you're coming home, and
Typical Murphy's Law, man. It's
miserable.
The worst day that can happen on the day that it's going to happen.
Of course, and it's usually when you're not prepared. So it's important. Be prepared. If you don't have a service provider that you can rely on, go on our website, research our information. There's testimonials of our services to people that we've serviced already. There's a lot of information on there that will help you make a logical decision on our company. We have the no breakdown guarantee, which is in my eyes, it's a seal, is a peace of mind seal that we provide a customer, because we're confident in what we do. That if something goes wrong, we will handle it. We will take care of it. Most people aren't prepared for us to be responsible for a certain situation.
Most people aren't prepared for us to put ourselves out there, and that's one of the reasons that we're doing things like the Google Plus chat and
radio
like
show.
The radio show, so we can be out there. You can go online right now, and if you're on there, hi, we're waving to you right now. So, we put ourselves out there because, we know that when we send a technician.
By the way, camera adds 5 pounds to everybody.
Okay?
It
takes away at least 45 hairs of square
hair molecules off your head.
Absolutely. Especially with a light beam.
Bald and a fat guy.
Yeah, exactly. Got a bald guy and a fat guy on the radio. That's our new radio show. No, guys, seriously, but. We seriously, we put ourselves out there, because of the fact that we want people to be able to approach us. And if you have a problem, I give my personal cell phone number to every customer that I talk to, because if you have a problem, I want you to call me directly. And Angel's the same way. There's hundreds of people that have both of our phone numbers, and the phone
we either have a really bad allergy issue going on, or Mike is very passionate about what he's saying, because there's tears coming down this guy's eyes.
I got some allergies in here. We need to check the duct work in this place.
Hey, we're offering a free duct evaluation, by the way,
for the radio show.
But no, it's important, guys. Be involved. Understand where you stand with your air conditioning system and your duct system. If you haven't had your ducts cleaned, at least have them evaluated whether you need to clean them or not. Very important information that I'm about to go over right now. If you have a fiberglass duct system, if there is no flex in your house and all of your duct systems are made out of fiberglass or the duct board, if you do, you know this. You know whether you do or not.
If you go into the attic and all your ductwork is square.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about.
You shouldn't have your ducts cleaned at all. If you have problems where there's dust or dirt or even environmental growth in your duct system, it needs to be replaced. To honestly clean one of those duct systems, it's not going to be done properly.
No. What ends up happening is this stuff is all fiberglass and it's all pressed together and glued and things like that. As soon as you see, the only real method of cleaning ductwork is what's called a roto brush.
Roto brush duct cleaning system.
Exactly. And what it is it's a vacuum, but it also has a brush on it. And as it goes with different size heads for different size ductwork.
Correct.
As it goes through the ductwork, it's going to scrub the inside of the ductwork as well as vacuuming it. The problem is that when you start scrubbing fiberglass. It's going to go everywhere.
It's going to break apart.
It's going to break apart. You're going to get shards. They're going to go into your lungs. They're going to go into.
It's fiberglass.
It's going everywhere.
It's fiberglass. You won't see it. You're just going to breathe it. It's going to go into your immune system, and it's going to attack you big time. You will not be able to live in that house if you get enough of it in your airstream. I promise you.
I had a customer that we just replaced a unit for this week, and he was like, I want to clean my ductwork. I want to clean my ductwork, and it's in a condo, and a lot of these condos have that type of ductwork in them, and I flat out told him, I'm like, I'm not going to clean that. I can't clean that. The only option that I can do is come in, cut out the drywall, and replace the ductwork because it's from the 1980s. And he said, I just want it clean, and I said, well, the only thing that I can do is come in and replace it. So we're looking at coming in to replace it because of the fact that you cannot clean that stuff. The only thing that you can do is sanitize it. And
if it's metal, if it's square metal, yes, we can clean metal ductwork, but we can't do the fiberglass ductwork. It's not in your best interest. If it's old, it's in your best interest to replace it and get something with a good warranty. You don't have to worry about it in the future. Nowadays, if you're dealing with a good contractor, he's going to do your services today and pay attention to what's going on or what's coming down in the future. So you don't have to redo this 5-10 years from now. Understand that. Make sure that you get those options. You can do today that will last you for the next 20 years. If you do it right. And all you need to know is all this the contractor and the service provider needs to know is what your future plans are. If you plan on staying in that house, let's do something that's going to be long term.
Exactly.
If you plan on leaving the house and it's not your dream house, then okay, do a band-aid or do something minimal, something basic.
The heck out of it or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. Once a year, you should have your ducts sanitized and sanitized properly with the fogger machine. It's a sanitized machine that sprays a mist through your duct system that will neutralize any allergens. Some people are not using the true chemicals that you need. There's some chemicals that are good. There's some chemicals that are bad. Make sure they're EPA certified. Yes, it's got to be an EPA certified chemical. Yes, it's got a little smell to it, but it's a good smell and it's not harmful to you guys. If your service provider is requesting that you leave the house to get your ducts clean or sanitized, that's not good at all. He's not doing something right. You shouldn't have to leave your house to get any services done in your home. If that's the case, that's not the people you want to use or the products or the services that you want to benefit from. I promise you. Duct sanitizing and duct cleaning are very clean and good things to have done to your duct system, but it has to be done right in order for you to benefit from
exactly.
it. And if it doesn't make sense, don't spend your dollars.
Exactly, and it has to be done right. That is the most important part of that.
Correct.
Because you can have a company that will come in and they will clean your fiberboard duct system, and they will destroy it in the process. And not to mention that if you're in the house and they want you to leave, it's because there's probably going to be fiberglass shards flying all around the house. And once I get it out, and that's not a good thing.
No.
In any way,
we're down to the bottom of the hour, guys. Thanks everyone for listening. We've been talking about duct cleaning. Again, I have free duct cleaning evaluation on your duct system, and we're going to give you a $100 coupon off on your next duct cleaning services. So give us a call at 941-926-6969. It's 941-926-6969. You've been listening to Comfort is Cool on the new Sunday, 1450 and 1320.